and another good evening. We apologize for our absence. No, life gets in the way. But also, we have met in person.
Yes, finally.
Which
is
was
the whole
absolutely
crew.
extraordinary. So many things happened. We do apologize that you weren't there to see it, but my God, was it
Holy
amazing.
moly!
The
Everything
things.
happened.
Everything
is-
happened. The campaign's over.
Trouble is, it's not messing about. It was an eventful game, but there is a recap planned. But seeing people, it's still weird. It's still weird.
Yep.
At this point, I'm kind of used. Just not for games. But DMing in person? Lord, is better.
I know, right?
Well, without further ado, I think we can move on to episode 26 of the Chronicles of Twigs and Reckoning, Undying.
The Chronicle des Twigs et des Bâtons.
You said Twigs twice.
I can mute people. That'll come handy.
But before I go anywhere, I would ask my dearest players to recap what happened last game, both for anyone who might, except for Chapeau. Chapeau can't say anything.
First of all, there are traditions. A little content warning. For abuse, gaslighting, kink, substance use, and abuse and violence. And if any of those things don't suit you, you can go and find Ralph and tell him to calm down.
Please do. We've been waiting for someone to do it.
Yeah,
And literally,
He
We're
doesn't
begging.
respond to our emails anymore.
yeah, he blocked me on Twitter.
I don't.
And as such, as asked by our illustrious GM, let's hand the mic over not to our GM, but to our players for a recap.
So don't fight.
And apparently I can do it, so, go ahead.
Gab's gonna do it, and she's gonna do it.
Oh!
You took
Yep, I feel
notes.
Gab's the best
And you
player.
took notes.
You have a whole ass.
Yeah,
Piece
she
of
took
paper.
notes.
I have like 3 doodles.
She
so.
took notes. Don't say they were 16. That's the notes we're dealing with here. So
I tried, okay? I tried. Alright, so basically, it was an intense game that started. I don't remember the opening scene exactly, but it opened with Fetch Amelia knowing that she's gonna fight and that we're gonna find her. She's being warned by her superior that we know is a big bad evil guy now. And
Angry.
she's very serious, and she's like, death before capture. And we know that she means business. And then we skipped back into the Dunkin' Donuts, and everyone is getting ready to fight, and we're super duper hyped. And Fetch Amelia just takes a sip, and she's like, what are you gonna do? And she points towards the cameras and everything. Turns out, we just take her away with us. It wasn't even that hard. Nick grappled Fetch Amelia, and Casey shows his badge. She's like, I'm police, don't worry about this. People don't try to interfere. I don't even think they filmed us. So it was pretty nice, and Fetch Amelia was very, very, very chill about being captured. She knew what was gonna happen. So, we leave with our cars, and we spiral away at a corner store. And we're we're gonna use the bathroom. And so we use the bathroom to go to Sean's little heaven. And then we end up in that heaven where we won't be disturbed. And then Sean goes away with the car and spirals a bit, and he joins us later. So,
the word,
Not
the word
heaven,
you're
it's
hollow.
It's
Hold
a
on,
hollow
thank
end
you.
stat.
Because
I-
it's not heaven. It's not in any way heaven.
Well,
West Virginia.
So, she gets tied up, and we start getting more information about her because she talks about herself, and the backstory comes out, and we're like,
Oh dang!
fuck. So, turns out she killed her sister because she wanted to feel something, because ever since normal Amelia went away and she spawned. She's been trying to feel something, but nothing feels right. Nothing like brings her joy. Nothing brings her sadness.
Well,
And at some point,
to be specific, she was Amelia for all intents and purposes until at some point she couldn't feel anymore. She
True,
lost
true.
her feelings from one moment to the next.
so from that point on, she was like, okay. And she reaches that bottom where she goes, well, if I kill my sister and I can't feel anything, then truly I'm lost. So she does it. And she doesn't feel anything. And she ends up in jail. And she still doesn't feel anything. But I guess she's a bit angry because she doesn't feel anything. But I mean, so time goes on. And it takes 10 years before we get back to the present time. And she still doesn't feel anything. Alright, so after that starts the diplomacy. Don't let me do the recaps.
All right, I
Okay.
can finish. I can finish from there if you want.
So like everyone tried to talk to her at different turns. Serena walked away because she didn't want to be part of it. I think it's Casey who was late actually. So Casey's
Casey
not there
wasn't.
either.
Yeah, was very late, if not
And
there.
Amelia goes away for a few moments while Thaddeus is trying to talk to the fetch, and like they try to strike a deal. She says like, I'm gonna tell you everything and I'm gonna tell you where Haru is, but I want to be free. I don't want like to die here. And Thaddeus is like, I can try, but I don't know. And like he creates a little key to help her escape. And then he goes like, but Amelia will be the one choosing your sentence. And so fight happens. It's very dramatic. It's mainly well, every time Amelia does something, the fetch can reciprocate because we realize really quick that she has the same glamour and everything, and it's really intense and it's really epic, and Matty has some really great art about it. And then a lot of damage happened, and in the end, Amelia manages to like get rid of Fetch Amelia, but she's in this big beast version of herself where she loses control, and she's about to jump at her friends because she needs to kill everything that's inside, and she will only stop once everyone is dead. But she I was gonna say trauma's out, but that's not it.
Kinda.
So
Yeah,
she
basically
like
she had no more clarity, so she went into the dream world.
so she
Dream
crashes in
world,
front
man.
of us, and then Thaddeus realizes that, and he's like, oh no, and he runs to her and he tries to heal her, but he also runs out of clarity and he collapses, and everything is super dramatic, and
Dead.
Casey's not there yet, and Serena's hiding. Eventually Casey arrives and she's like, what the hell happened?
We lost
And-
Jay's cam.
But he did good.
But he...
Do you guys still see
He's-
me?
oh, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Oh, and it ended like with Fetch Amelia going, you took everything away from me, and she finally had feelings and she wanted her heart back, and she died. So and Casey
And she died.
That was unceremonious.
She died.
so
Well, did she or did she not? She did.
She did.
She did.
So after that, we stepped to the other side. Well, and we found that Amelia and Thaddeus are together on the little like dock, and they're like traumatized out. So they're just like, "Oh, life is nice," and they're in front of this pond that shows them memories and everything, and it's really sweet for them. On the other side, Serena, Sean, and Casey decide to try to go save them. So we have a really bittersweet moment where everyone is just like, why don't we just stay here? It's nice here. But then you have other people going like, no, we should move on because it's really important and stuff is happening. But we should really stay, but we should really move on. And turns out everyone is convinced to wake up, even if it's really hard. There are sweet moments and everything, and then they wake up. And then Sean is really hurt, and so is Amelia. So we're rushing towards a hospital, and well, no, Casey's bringing her to the hospital. And Sean decides to not show that he's injured, and he heads towards Barley Quarry. And Thaddeus is going to the hospital with them. So they reach a hospital. Serena's back home drawing because she had this vision of her
Okay.
pequeño. And there was someone with blood on their pants passing by, and she's like, "What the
White
fuck?"
pants.
white pants passing by, and she's like, "What the hell?" And she focuses on that, and then you have like the trio at the hospital. Amelia gets taken away, and then Casey and Thaddeus hear someone cry, and we step into our like Haru's there, and he's okay now. Well, no, really, because he's crying, and he goes like, "I told them everything," and we pan out to Sean, who's about to arrive, like to the barley quarry where the cowboy has arrived and started shooting on everyone, incapacitating them and not killing them actually. And the guy who is really depressed tries to escape. He jumps out the window and dies instead.
That was the game.
See you guys next week.
That was literally every second of the game.
Never let me do that again.
Well, your recap events
It was very
fast.
complete. Like everything was
sorry.
there.
And,
For what it's worth, it was exactly what Ralph asked for.
doing it,
Yeah.
doing it over Pianax by Scott Bradley is original, but you know.
I guess it's a style.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it was
Everything
delightful.
was there,
Don't
it's
you-
okay.
It's
don't
it's a little
apologize.
glimpse back to Blades in the Dark.
Yep.
It was a big flashback.
A very big one. But you spend your stress and you got +1 on your.
Yay! Spell XP, everyone. Now entanglements, Ralph.
Oh no.
Usual suspects.
First of
As
all,
always.
As it should be.
So let's go for today's game. In the hospital room, sobbing, Haru explains to Casey. I'm sorry I told them everything. They were going to bring me back. Back to Arcadia. They know where we hide. In an office elsewhere. Do you think she's alright? I don't have a clue. She didn't answer in a while now. Please. Be safe, Amelia. Tone arrives at the barley quarry. It's early in the morning, so no one is walking in the streets yet. On the sidewalk, among the rubbish and the trash, the lifeless body of Paul, bloodied and mangled. His eyes still open in terror. Stone, your heart races and tightens. Before you rush to make any call, you enter the barley quarry, maybe to make the call from inside there. The sign indicates closed, but you push the door, unlocked. And inside you see blood. On the ground and on the wall. Broken glass, bullet casings litter the ground. The only thing missing are the bodies. And Serena, you arrive at the church. And very welcome is the normality that is there. Greeted by Father Mo. Mr. Stone, what you do? So you are inside the barley quarry, surrounded by visibly a fight scene.
But there's no one left, right? Like
But
there's
there's
no body
more.
at all.
None.
I'm gonna very slowly walk to the phone on the bar counter. And I'm gonna call I guess Casey. Yeah, I'm gonna call Casey.
Casey?
I think he'll still be talking with Haru by that point, and
Yeah, you're
dramatic
at the
tension
hospital.
would dictate that Haru is basically like apologizing for what they said, and that point, the phone rings.
That is very fair.
And you clearly see Sean Kelly on your phone.
With us.
We're too late, Casey. We're fucking too late. Fuck happened here? There's blood everywhere, there's no one. It's not a soul. Who the fuck's everyone, Casey?
I don't know. But we're not stopping. Can't be far.
You're gonna hear banging on the other side of the phone as it falls on the desk, and Nick falls to his back to the desk also.
Nicholas?
Hmm?
I'm at the
What is it?
hospital. Nobody alone.
I'm coming. Give me just a minute.
Who talk to? You talk to?
It was. There was your fetch, like, and a man. It was sitting. He was just in bad shape and pretty ugly. There was that man, sort of a cowboy, with a hole right in the middle of his chest. Said he was a huntsman from Fairy. But if I talk, they'd give me a chance.
I don't have time to be angry right now. But Nicholas is body query. There is no one left.
What?
Except you, it seems.
They start trying. Just who was at the hospital? Well, Amelia and Thaddeus.
Thaddeus was there as well. Sorry. Yeah, Thaddeus was there as well. He's listening in to the conversation, and he's sorry again. He's frozen in fear. his eyes are wide. He doesn't. And yeah, that's mostly it. Uh, he's not. Yeah.
No bueno.
No
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
way. The ball's in your hand, you guys.
You remember anything? Where? How? When?
I know where they are, but right now it's... Who cares? It's not them who's the problem, it's that huntsman. And he could be anywhere.
Cares?
If anything, he's coming here.
You traded a court for a chance. And now you're willing to throw it away. Tell me anything.
I know where they hide. I've been there.
Where?
Listen, it's an old building, you know, and a not so quite nice part of town.
I pull out my phone and Google Maps. I get the address.
Yeah. Like, I don't have street names or whatever, but they do. But what about the huntsman?
Well, just another patty in that shit sandwich. What else?
Didn't he just spirit away everybody at the barley quarry? He's not just the patty of a shit sandwich.
Then do you have any suggestions or ideas besides selling ourselves in our courts?
You close their mouth pretty fucking shut with something like that.
I take a pad of paper, write my phone number on it, and put it on the side table. Boston isn't going down without a fight.
What can we do now?
Well, you know where they hide? We're gonna move wherever the rest of the courts are. Because if we leave them there, better than dead.
Yeah. We should hurry before it's too late.
Well, to rest. I don't think the doctors would have authorized you to go out. If something comes to mind, you have remembrance or ideas, call. If there's trouble, you call.
Someone
They
should
ever
stay with the
contact
mutants.
you, you call.
Someone should stay with Amelia.
Yeah.
I'll stay. You're going to be much more needed than my sorry ass. Just
Well, you need the rest too.
I'm fine, Casey. I'm going to be fine. Just good.
Get Nick. Sort this shit out. Don't have a week. We have days, at most hours. Casey will leave the room angry. If someone is vaguely in his way, he might, shove them away, but he's just generally angry.
Understandably so.
Said he doesn't have time to be angry, but I think it's been clearly expressed.
Thaddeus is going to rejoin with Amelia.
Amelia, we established that you were conscious and all, right?
She was badly injured, so they had like to
But Thaddeus healed you part
patch
of
her
your
up.
wounds.
Yeah, I think I healed her quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think they had like to go quickly through a scan of all her injuries and like patch her up, but she's conscious.
But she's not in like
No.
life or death situation anymore
No,
when she
not
was
anymore.
brought here. So
No, that's why he blacked out. So
okay, but like not super okay, but
Somewhat a bit okay.
Kind of maybe okay.
maybe just a bit.
Casey is going to get on the phone with, Parts Monarchs, whoever he can reach. He will not try numbers. He'll call, like, Arthur and whoever would be next in line, but I think that'd be Haru.
for winner,
Yeah.
Haru isn't exactly like they're not a knight. They're kind of the little protege of Arthur. At that point, I think it would probably be Stone. Like Nicholas has 5 in mental.
Yeah, well.
I think the knight is down.
Nicholas is on his way, so
Yeah.
that'll be easy.
I will be looking in the building before though.
So yeah, he'll call Autumn, Summer, the Queens of Summer, and Natalie to coordinate for Spring. I think all of the changelings had been gathered at the bowling alley at the very least, but they probably
before, but then they were they split up in little groups together.
Yeah, so messages are going to be spread out, which is holy shit, what the fuck barbecue.
Holy shit, what the fuck barbecue.
Lovely.
But yeah, the message, as a matter of fact, is going to be something along the lines of we have there's a huntsman that's after us, figured out where the winter court was, and he struck. so we don't know what happened to the court.
Should we know what a huntsman is, or is it just...
You can roll intelligence occult if you are so inclined, as your time in Arcadia or in the real world could have.
I'll
Caught you
assume
within
my
it too.
position of leadership allows me to assume like a super baseline amount of knowledge of bad GBs.
Bad fairy things.
Bad GBs.
2 successes.
You know that they are servitors of the Fae. That they are essentially unkillable, immortal. Though
Okay.
your knowledge wouldn't go as far as to know how to deal with such a thing. They are servants, willing or not, of a fairy.
So yeah, Casey is, as said, calling the other courts saying there's a huntsman got the Winter Court. As such, my recommendation would be find another hideaway, and I don't want to know where it is.
Fair enough.
Because if we minimize information, we should be good. Keep the lines of communication open, but hide.
You will. Some people reply, others just don't say anything because you would get flooded by 1,000 million
Well,
texts.
I called mostly.
Oh, okay, a lot of calls. All right,
Yeah.
so a lot of panic. You feel,
Probably, but
understandably.
Yeah.
Like,
but there's a reason I'm not sending out a mass email, and I'm calling like position as a leadership, and I'm not sugarcoating any of it. I am.
Blatantly telling things
Yeah,
as they are.
the spoonful of sugar like ran out.
yeah. There is no
Just
more.
spoon. You get a
There's
spoon.
just
We have salt.
spoonful of shit.
We have salt. It's white, right?
I must say, you eventually also reach out to Jack.
Yep.
I mean, he's the
Yeah,
the
and
guy
to
to
him,
talk to in
yeah, and to
Autumn.
him, for information about how to deal with huntsmen,
He'll be just. We need to have a talk. If you would be so inclined as to see me with maybe your Motley, it would be of the utmost importance.
Yes, well, we're at the hospital, had a little incident, so best might be that you come and join us. Come with a night. Don't be alone.
To the hospital. Central Boston Hospital.
I think we can skip ahead to everyone being at the hospital. For simplicity's
No, I
sake.
wanted to go to see Gab.
All right.
Hello.
You arrive at the church. Father Mo is there as always. Oh, hello there, little Serena. How are you?
It was a really long night. I'm sorry, Padre. I don't feel like talking about it. Do
Don't
you know
worry.
if Liam is there?
Oh, yes, he's upstairs. He's been keeping pretty quiet since everything happened, you know. Well, you can go join him. I'm sure he would enjoy the company.
take care. There's a lot of things going on. Could you make sure that you're not alone for a time, Padre? I know it's not like you to worry, and this is things of us. It doesn't normally concern you, but would you mind?
Well,
Be
there's very often someone here with me, if only Liam is here most of the day. And God is always with me.
Oh.
And I hope he watches your back. Don't let anyone you don't know in. I'll be back in a few minutes. I need to clear up my mind. Lo siento, Padre.
Yes, probably a little shower would do you some good.
So she's gonna head upstairs and knock at Liam's door.
Yeah? Who's there?
Hola, it's me.
Oh, Serena, how...
Terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even want to finish that sentence.
Do you have pen and paper?
I got all kinds of those. He just opened his drawers. It's full of, arts and craft things.
She takes pen and paper and she sits next to his bed and she starts sketching and sketching. And the temperature around her is gonna go down as she focuses on this man she saw walking next to Manuel with blood on him. And she doesn't know why it feels so wrong. She doesn't know why she's so upset about it. But she's gonna sketch and sketch and sketch and sketch. Unable to really say anything to Liam. Just, she needs to get it out of her mind.
Seeing how you are obviously tense, Liam was just, hey, it's all right, we're safe here. I'm there, Father Mole's there. Your friends can't be that far.
But I don't know if we are. Liam, I don't know if we are anymore. Last night we took care of Amelia's fetch. We took care of her freaking fetch.
Isn't that something we want?
See, it's normally it is, and probably because she was causing us harm. But I didn't think I'd get to see that again. And if her fetch is gone, then that narrows down the list. That narrows down who's left.
Hey, look. I know it must not be easy, and I can't pretend I know how you feel and what you're going through. But I know it's gonna be okay.
I have a bad feeling. A really bad feeling, Liam. I have this feeling that something's gonna happen to my family before too long. And it's not like I can go to them. It's not like I can warn them. I don't even know what's coming. Amelia's fetch out of the way. We don't have Casey's out of the way yet. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to end. I know we're not supposed to be alone anymore. Boston's not safe.
I think... I'll open the window, maybe a little bit of fresh air. Not that it's not cold in here, but...
Sure.
I can't offer much. I'm here, I'm ready to hear... Listen.
I know, I'm
but I
lo
guess I'm
siento.
just as much as you.
Lo siento. You've been fine so far. You've been safe so far. I'm sorry. I'm dragging you into all of this mayhem in my head.
And how am I doing that?
I'm terrified.
You should.
Yeah?
And through the window, there's a bullet that flies.
So he goes to open the window. There's someone at the door.
She's gonna push everything down and run to the window. What do you mean?
You look down, and there's a gentleman dressed in white, I guess.
Is there blood on his
You're a little
pants?
far. Like, it was just a little bit of blood, at the heel. You couldn't say, but it's a man dressed in white.
But it's similar enough silhouette.
He has a white cowboy hat, entirely white outfit.
The room
It's
is gonna
Boston, it's
go-
not Texas, so not that often will you see someone
The
like that.
room is gonna go frigid right away. We need to go.
And you hear a knock on the door. Downstairs, of course.
Liam,
What is it?
we need to go.
Why? Where?
I don't know. You have a cell phone?
No.
Okay.
I've been here for even less time than you.
Yes,
Yeah.
but who knows? Okay. I'm guessing Padre is going towards the door at this point.
Yeah. You even hear him talking. It's like,
Oh,
hello
hello.
there. Hello, gentlemen.
Okay.
You can't
But I know-
quite hear
Hello,
exactly...
gentlemen, or should I say howdy?
Okay.
So you can't hear
Well,
what
for that, Padre.
they are saying, but you hear them, you hear two voices downstairs. It doesn't seem heated or anything. They're really just talking.
Liam, are you able to go get help?
Go. I'm not leaving
Ever-
you here if it's
ever-
dangerous.
Everyone's at the hospital. We're gonna need help, and I cannot let Padre alone. I need you to go to the hospital. Take my window. It's easy to climb off from there. And get to the hospital. Get to Kate.
You're coming with me.
We cannot leave Padre alone.
Then I'm staying behind.
We need help.
And you're gonna go get us that.
No. I'm not leaving you be the target again. For the love of God, Liam.
And I'm gonna let you be the target again? You've been in way more than...
I've been here longer. I know how to fight better. I need you to go. I need you to get help. You run faster than me, I'm sure. Please go. And I'll try to buy this time. Please.
Come with... Let's go to your room.
She's gonna walk in her room. And
Can you
she's...
roll stealth, please?
Yes. What is it?
Dexterity stealth.
My heart
I-
is pounding.
Literally have no dice. I'll be back. I'll go get them.
Ooh, not bad. Okay.
Gab, it was really fun playing with you.
Yeah.
Hope your next character will be as cool as
I'll
Serena
play
was.
Liam next. I'll play Liam next. There you go.
How's the check
Uh,
out?
That's
Goodbye,
assuming
my
you don't
friend.
both die.
who says they die?
3. That's pretty good.
Was it enough?
I mean, 3 successes is pretty good. So, I'm gonna take your check for both you and Liam's for simplicity's sake. You open the door discreetly. And now that the door is open and the way is clear, you hear a little bit more what they're saying downstairs. Oh no, there's no one here, sir. Are you looking for someone? Well, I've been told there was someone I'm looking for here. And if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go and check myself. Not that I don't trust an elder's eyes, but perhaps I do. You hear like a chair moving around because he's getting up. I'm sorry, it is very uncouth to just enter someone's residence like that. And I would describe this scene as we see it downstairs and not as you hear it, just for my sake, because god damn it, it's hard. Father Mo gets in the way so that he doesn't go upstairs. And the huntsman stops. Sarai. He's going for his hip. I won't ask this twice. And I will not move once, sir. Please leave my house at once. The huntsman grasped the pistol. A defying look in his eyes. And lets go of the weapon. The deal was only the changeling. We'll see each other as a game. And he turns heel to leave. So you hear that rather clearly. The footsteps. The door closing again.
Have we made our way anywhere? Or
Sorry?
have we made our way anywhere, or can we still get to see easily outside?
Well, the way I saw it is like you stop to hear that just to make sure that Father Mo would be okay, and then you realize like, all right, seems the huntsman left because the
Okay.
deal was just for the changeling.
If he's gone and I have enough time, I'd like to try to take a picture of him quickly. Like, she always has her camera nearby, so I'm guessing it's still in Liam's room.
Do you want to roll like another stealth check? Well, I mean, if you go out the window to try and take a picture of the man.
I was thinking more from the corner.
Well, either way, if you're trying to take a picture of someone.
There's a chance he sees you.
Yeah.
Light reflection in a lens or something.
I won't.
All right.
The deal.
We have to go. We cannot stay here, Liam.
Yeah, let's get the. We should at least tell Father Mo.
See, pack your things quick. She's gonna grab back her bag, head downstairs, make sure that he's really gone. Padre,
Oh, what is it, little Serena?
are you alright?
Well, I sure would need a little herbal tea or something.
I'm so sorry, Padre. We're gonna go. Liam
It
and
certainly
I.
begs the question: what is it with people pulling guns in this goddamn church?
Yeah, it's very
Yes!
curious.
I didn't
Don't-
pull my gun.
You put
Him
your hand on
neither.
it.
You put
The
your
huntsman
hand on
didn't.
There.
You
Is
and the
it about
huntsman did the
people
very same.
almost pulling guns
There.
in church?
I'm leaving that church,
Okay.
God damn it.
Okay, first, Mrs. moving the goalposts. You reach for your gun to intimidate someone once.
And then they blame you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yep.
Sounds about right.
Although
The
that's
That's about it.
although
the
that's true.
church will always be open for the two of you, but maybe if
We'll
it would be
away
safer.
until it passes, see. Gracias for everything, Padre.
Oh, just wait a minute. I have some little leftovers from yesterday. And he pulls like
Worse.
2-3 Tupperwares.
Still begs the
You're
question.
You're too.
The fetches.
Mm.
Would you mind calling us a taxi, please?
Oh, of course. It's as if it was already done. And he'll
Good.
go to the phone and call a
And-
cab for the two of you.
And you head to the hospital because narrative convenience.
No, because I know you're there.
Well,
I know
I
you're there.
didn't mention it, but I guess you probably called her somewhere like while she was doing the drawing.
No, I'm assuming we don't have news.
All right,
'Cause
all right. You
we're
don't have
down
news.
the line.
But we also know that she also knows we're at the hospital and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Indeed, she
Liam
does.
has no court, and I'm one of the newest member of my court. So by
Anyway,
the time to me,
there's no more courts.
Yeah, but ironically
That's-
enough,
But we get it.
ironically enough, you're one of the first person in the freehold to get the news because we're the one breaking them. The news, not the
Like,
freehold.
you're still part of the
Well,
motley.
you know, bit of both, but
well, I'm assuming I didn't get them beforehand because I would be even more worried.
What had we chosen again for our Muttley's?
Bonus.
Yeah.
I don't. Did you choose anything? I don't
We
know.
didn't
think-
choose
I
any.
don't think we chose yet.
Yeah.
Hey, you have a hot 2 minutes because I gotta go to the bathroom because I'm having iced tea, so you know what that means.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what were the options?
that should be on the Discord. There, that's a couple messages.
Yeah. Ralph is the worst.
Hmm,
And you can't change my mind.
Okay.
Can treat a contract role as a teamwork action, but everyone must have the contract for it to work.
Never mind.
Members of the motley can meditate for one turn and distribute their collective glamour evenly among the members of the members. We are consume any
what-
leftover glamour as a tithe. Once per chapter, when representing the motley, a member can use the highest relevant social skill possessed by any member and apply the effects of any merit or gift blessing present in the group.
That sounds good.
But that implies
I'd go
that
for the second.
yeah, but well that was like the hot discussion because the first one is cool, very cool, but would have been nice to know earlier in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So we could, spend XP accordingly. The third one is nice, but I don't see us socially representing the motley and using social skills with the fetches that want to destroy us much.
Fair.
Yeah, I think the second one would be the most appropriate.
I think we're all very low on glamour, however.
I'm pretty flush. No, that's false. I'm about halfway down.
Yeah, I have like 1 or 2 points left.
For
The
obvious
fight with
reasons.
Fetch Milia killed us.
I'm good with glamour. I have like 8
I
left.
have no glamour left.
We
At
need
all.
glamour.
I wonder why.
We
I'm
need
back.
glamour.
I wonder
today.
why.
You wonder why what? What happened?
We're out of glamour. All right, I
Yeah.
think it's time to feed. So second option.
Yeah, I
All in
think
All right. All right.
Who needs glamour? All of you,
So-
actually. If you have no glamour for a while,
Oh,
that's
it's
bad.
ridiculous. Yeah.
So,
Second option, we share glamour
Oh.
together.
yeah, we can meditate to share glamour.
Okay with that idea.
I mean, there's not that many games left anyway, so take whatever.
Yeah, at this point.
Any bonus will be better than forgetting to take one.
That's quite fair.
So let's go with the glamour sharing one.
Good, good, good.
That'll be best.
It will.
Alright. So once Liam and Serena are packed up and the taxi's there, I'm gonna skip over the description mostly. But Serena's gonna thank Padre, hug him, and hope to see him again. And then they're gonna go to the hospital.
And so you do. Stone, were you going to the hospital? Or
gonna-
what about you?
Well, as he ends up actually like understanding what's happening around him and takes a bit of air and smelling the nice smell of blood everywhere, he's gonna look around because I haven't left the building yet, so Nick's gonna look around and try and find clues of what the hell happened here.
Roll with investigation?
It's not a light of days for me. No success.
How many?
0.
Up. Well, you can't say much, obviously. There's been gunshots, of course. There's not that much blood. Like, no one bled out on the floor and died of bloodlust. So, at least there's that. It's not the most bloody scene. Well, probably one of the most bloody scene you've seen, but otherwise, there was fight back. One person, maybe two, had a gun. Like, there's 2 types of casing on the ground, so there were 2 guns somewhere in the midst. But not a lot to go off of with just that.
I'm gonna grab the gun that's under the desk that you described.
It's not there. Because Paul went up the stairs with it.
Do I
So
find
actually
it
you-
upstairs?
You find it like upstairs next to the window that's open.
I will grab that. I'll shove it in the trunk of my car, and then I'll head to the. Then I'll head to the other ones.
Good. Good for you to temper with evidence.
As it should be.
So good. You have the gun. I'm gonna check what stats it has if it's ever relevant. I'll give you that later. And you take your car. You probably arrive a little bit before Serena and Liam because you have your own car and you don't have that much to do. Everybody meets in Amelia's room, I would guess.
That wouldn't make the most.
That would make
sense.
no sense. So we meet up there. Stone followed a few minutes later by Serena.
And there's Jack coming in at some point.
Yeah, well, he was gonna come a little after, so yeah, have a moment, So dead last, Serena arrives in the room.
So I reckon we should be making some sort of plan.
Passed by the church.
Dear Lord, are you okay?
He was so...
Are you safe? Did he hurt you in any way?
No, he didn't see us, Padre. Padre
That's
kept him at bay.
fine.
He's okay. There's no way we can return to the church now, though. He knows where we are. That man dressed in white, with the cowboy hat of all things. He knows where we are. He has a deal with I don't know who that makes it so he doesn't want to hurt mortals. He's only after the changelings. He's after us.
Called the courts. Told them stay away from usual hiding places and hideouts, and to hide. So unless they call, don't know where they'll be, and it'll be good.
What do we do?
I know where our fetches are. Haru is
Is he okay? Are they okay?
enough. Roughed up.
How are they free?
They
They
deal.
sold us out.
There is no use crying over spilled milk. Done is done.
So we get moving.
Yeah.
Alright. Amelia, how are you doing?
I'm alive, I guess.
Are you ready to get moving?
Sure, we can move.
Alright.
Jack
Nick?
of the Autumn Courts is on his way. Talk about what to do next. Should know a bit more about Huntsman, like
I don't know what the plan should be, Casey. It's meant to be unkillable. There's really no way out of it for us right now.
well, he has a deal with someone. Can't face the Huntsman head on, but we can find a way around it.
I'm gonna just swipe out my phone and text Nathan and ask him if he knows a way to get rid of a huntsman. Just that.
The
We're gonna
Master Ball,
answer-
perhaps?
The master. He's gonna reply rather quickly because you did tell him there was some manner of danger coming to Boston. Unfortunately, we don't know anything about that, and if that proves anything, it's bad news.
How many were did I know how many members were in my court? Like 26 or something like that?
Yeah. But like I said last game, like it was in the bar, so there was not just winter.
Winter court.
But there was the winter court, so I'm gonna text him at least 20 missing. Just that with ...
And Jack is gonna enter. He's got like a trench coat because it's still, spring, a little cold sometimes. And he has flowers. Sorry, I did my best to be here on time, but I needed to bring something to help Amelia heal up. And he places it like on your little bedside table. There's there's a little card, and it's just I didn't really have time to write nothing in it. I bought it on the way here, but at least the thought.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks.
So, a huntsman, we were saying.
Yes. Been to the church. Unharmed. But Serena overheard him mention a deal with someone. That implies that he's after changelings and no one else.
Interesting.
Thought.
Serena's gonna pull out the sketchbook she was drawing in, and she's good. Like, it's incomplete because she hasn't seen all of him, but that's the closest I have.
Can you roll dexterity expression or craft, whichever is better for you to draw?
I need more dice.
That's pretty good. So by seeing him out the window, when he was at the door, you kind of had a good glimpse at his face, although from afar. But you had the outfit pretty figured out.
With the other vision.
That could be very useful later on. The more information we have on the enemy, the better.
I suppose that if we head to wherever the fetches are hiding, we might actually be able to find a loophole in whatever deal they might have struck. That would be my first guess.
Thought exactly. We know where our changelings are, or where our changelings are. We know where our
Yeah, we do know about that.
Wow, case closed. We know where our fetches are. One of their hideouts at the very least. With, I was thinking, best point to investigate.
I don't mean to undermine your current theory, but right now I think that the fetches are the least of our problems. For we have a huntsman on our hands, and no means to take care of it.
My idea was maybe he has a deal with the fetches. It's not blind hunting and habits, but our fetches intricately linked to all of this.
What if we have it wrong? What if it's not with the fetches that he has a deal, but rather that their interests aligned for a while, and because hunters work for the Fae, do they not?
Hey,
And as such, they wouldn't care very much about the fetches, would they?
But the fetches are creations, say. So they'd have to work together. Politics.
Certainly, but not make deals with them. I feel there's pieces of the puzzle that we don't have quite yet.
Tony, your eyes is drawn to the drawing. It tugs at your heartstring, but is it your head playing tricks? Or is it just that the drawing is, it's a person seen from afar? But it pinches your heart.
Diaz is not going to react or say anything as his mind has played tricks on him before, and this is probably just the same coincidence, right? Those happen.
So here's what I'm thinking. Let's pretend we follow your plan. You go to the fetches, but you find no solution to the pledge, or maybe there is none. And we still have lost, let's say, precious time, because it seems to be acting very fast. Already it went to 2 of our hideouts, and it's only a matter of time before it does the others, and later find our new hiding places all across Boston. Perhaps it's because I'm of Autumn, but I am of the mind that knowledge is power. And right now we are under-equipped to deal with such a being. I know little rumors and things, but the problem with huntsmen is that they usually leave no one behind to talk about them. And we have witnessed that firsthand, unfortunately.
I need some air. Serena's gonna leave the room that's already growing colder.
there's got to be a way to get rid of that.
I'll go with her.
Check. Doesn't Persimmon have a library full of books about monsters and myths and stuff like that?
I've read a lot of it, but like I said, you can't talk if no one knows. But there might be a way. Do you not remember the hedge witch I sent you to see?
Yes.
If I know anyone of wise counsel, it would be her. Versed in all thing fairy and hedge related.
That's true.
Also, you did tell the witch that you would bring her looking grass come spring.
I do not
Also
forget.
true.
I do not forget that, don't worry.
I'm just here wanting you to give looking grass to that poor little witch.
Look, it'll.
She made a little note, I'm sure.
So that could be something very useful that would, I think, use our time in the most efficient way. Lest you disagree.
No, I agree. Anyways, Leaping into action without asking any questions is more Summer's deal.
It is. And coincidentally, they are both gone.
well, prepare. We'll go see Dilly, I think.
It was Dally.
Dally.
I can't look. I think it's Dally. Because it
Dilly
sounds
or
better on its
Dally?
own. It sounds better on its own than Dilly.
Hit us in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any information that you can gather before going to see the witch, perhaps it would be the best. The more she knows, the better equipped she will be to help you.
Gab, check yourself.
Oh, tell me.
I know that my fetch is out and about. So be careful.
I think everyone in the freehold is on high alert by now.
Yeah.
So if
You'll-
not perfect, at least everyone will have their best chances to react.
Want information? What I have. My fetch is out and about. We took care of Amelia's. Won't be a
Good.
bother.
But
That's
I
what
was
know.
saying, if you can have information for Dally about the huntsman,
Yeah.
that would be a good thing for her. Probably.
Well, he uses a gun. That's what I know for sure. There were gun shells everywhere on the ground.
If only there was someone that the huntsman didn't leave with in the winter court. But right now he's as a ghost.
Paul's buddy wasn't outside, right?
Sorry?
Did he take Paul's body or did he leave it outside?
He leave it there. So you bet your ass that there's gonna be cops all around the place and like already.
So what do we have to lose? Let's go.
Well, you seem unfit for a journey in the hedge. Lest I remind you, young lady.
I'm sturdy. I can hold my ground. I'll be fine.
Just don't be foolhardy. Next time I buy you flower, I'd rather it be before you and not your funeral.
I'll do my best.
On that, I'll talk to my contacts and try to find hiding places for those that might need it.
Good. We'll head to the witch's place as soon as possible.
Thank you. And
Thank you for your help.
I only told you what you already knew, but didn't know you knew.
Look, everybody needs a reminder.
Godspeed to all of you.
Godspeed to you too, Jay.
And he leaves the room. Serena and Thaddeus, I don't want your little scene on your cell phones. I want to know what's going on.
We're just asking a simple question. The scene wasn't done on the cell phones, don't worry.
All
Alright.
right.
Alright. So, after walking out without noticing that Thaddeus is following, Serena's gonna head to the main spot of the area. Like, they always have a desk and everything. And she's gonna ask to make a call.
Normally I shouldn't do that, but there's not too many people here. I guess you don't
Don't
have
have
change
much.
for the phones.
Indeed, I don't have much time either.
So the kind nurse lets you take the phone.
And she's gonna call another person. She's gonna call her fetch.
Hola,
Hola, Serena.
what can I do for you?
I need to check up on you and Manuel.
Everything is fine.
I need to know because there's a lot of things going on. Have you met a man all dressed in white?
I meet a man all dressed in white.
Is there someone who's come to talk to you recently? Cowboy hat, perhaps?
Not really. Nothing that stands out there, really.
I don't know how, but I saw him cross your path. And I don't think he knows you. I don't think he knows Manuel. But I don't know what he's up to exactly. He's after us, probably not you, but I just want you to be careful. And I wanted to be sure that you were safe and that he was safe.
We're doing fine. Just don't worry too much about us. Clearly, you have a lot on your mind on your own.
Try to stay out of the main part of the city for maybe a week or two. That would reassure me a lot. I know you have errands to run and it's not always possible. And another thing. Have you been in contact with anyone who's like us?
Not really.
Okay. That's good. That's very good.
I mean, on the occasion I see someone like you passing in the streets, or...
But you don't talk to them.
Not really, no.
Okay, okay. Alright. I can focus again. Gracias. Lo siento, there's so much going on. How's Manuel?
He's doing fine. School is never really easy, but it's a kid this age.
Well, I hope he does well. And that he enjoys it. I'll let
Well,
you be.
it's- Oh, it's all right. I'll get going.
Yeah, see. Gracias. I just really needed this. Have a good day.
You too.
I'm truly sorry. I didn't mean to overhear.
She's gonna slowly turn around. What did you hear exactly?
Someone like us? Someone named Serena? I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but I I can piece 1 and 2. So I suppose that's why you've been acting so weird.
I guess.
Excuse me for asking the question, but are you working with them?
With the ones trying to destroy us?
Well, I have just caught you secretly talking to what I assume is your fetch, so please don't take any offense.
Normally I should. And spit in anger and get done with the subject. No, I'm not working with them. Neither is she. That's what I needed to make sure of. She's fine and she's away from all this.
That is good to hear, I imagine.
Don't tell the others. Please. We have enough on our hands. And they wouldn't give her a second. They wouldn't give her a chance.
I understand. I won't. God help me, I haven't said that to anyone in so long, but I trust you. And if you think the others shouldn't know, well, I won't tell either.
Gracias.
I just came out because I figured no one should really be alone.
That was kind of you. And I should have expected it.
No, really, it was a bit cowardly as well. I wasn't willing to hear whatever.
For once, I'm complimenting you.
Well, you should know better than me just accepting head-on compliments. I don't know what the plan is. I suppose that we're gonna go somewhere. Last thing that was discussed was maybe to go and find the fetches. Haru give us the information. So.
See.
But I don't know. It seemed that Autumn man had information as well. So I honestly, I really just came out here to see if you were fine, but escape the whole decision process.
So I guess we should go back.
I'm not quite in my right mind. I see. Yes. We definitely should go back.
What do you mean?
It's what did they call it? It's the weird, the.
What happened?
It's the clarity thing, as they mentioned.
That is.
Well, I've seen a doctor as my old partner in Britain 200 or something years ago, so that doesn't mean that he's here. And now I've recognized his face in the picture that you drew, but that doesn't mean anything.
She's gonna reach out and put her hand on his cheek. And she's gonna read lucidity.
Well, technically you fell unconscious because of it, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
Well, you're the one who should know.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he's fine.
You saw him right now?
Yes, but it's. As I said, it's my. I'm being stressed. I'm being nervous, and
No, this
just,
is. Where did you see your doctor last time?
It's.
Where did you see him?
It's just in here.
Where?
That room over there when we were. I don't even remember. We're here
She's
quite
gonna
often.
drag you that way.
Sure. Ah. And I'm gonna show her the room where I saw the doctor who looks
Here?
like Reed. No, because it was a hallucination.
Okay.
It wasn't real.
She's gonna look around for a window or a reflective surface.
There's like a window, very easily a window in the corridor near the room you are.
How long ago?
How long was it? Antoine isn't sure.
Well, I don't remember either, so it's like a week and a day for.
A week and a day. But it was weird. It was a hallucination. It was nothing, and we moved on. I said, it's
Thaddeus?
just what?
Your mind is fine right now. Your mind is clear.
I highly doubt that. My mind hasn't been fine since
So let's confirm it. Please. Can you look through the glass? Can you show
Sure.
me?
But I highly doubt this is an intelligent use of glamour right now.
Then we'll go to the chapel and we'll eat. Do this and then we'll go.
Fine. I'll use reflections of the past and try to show when I had this encounter with the doctor.
So you rewind time through that window until you see you, and it was Casey, I think, talking in the corridor.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor coming to tell you news, or I don't remember the precise context, but he was coming to tell you some news about someone.
Yeah.
And it looks nothing like Reed would.
See, it's as I said, it's nothing. It's not him.
But the drawing, though.
So you don't recognize him?
No.
Did you see him in the drawing?
Yes, but again, it's... He's dead. He's been living 200 years ago, and there's no way that he would be back, even less as a servant of Fae. He went back to the Americas about a few days before I got taken away. So how would that even work? How would that even happen? It's not him. It's my mind playing tricks. That's all there is. Not everything is related, Serena.
And if it was him? What would you do?
Well, it's not, so that's not a question that needs an answer, does it?
But if it was him? Would you follow him?
No. I wouldn't. I'm not going back there for anyone.
Not in that sense, if you could. Never mind. Let's go see what's the plan, and let's head to the chapel or another filled place to glamour up.
You're infuriatingly unclear.
So are you.
Let's just go back, ask what the plan is, and Get a move on.
That should be easy. So why are we arguing about it?
I don't know. Why are we screaming?
The hell are you-
quiet inside the hospital.
The hell are you two doing? Come in here.
What are you
After you,
bickering about?
my lady.
Don't call me my lady.
I'll call you whatever. Please.
Well,
She's
it's,
gonna pull
it's-
your arm and push you ahead so you cannot like.
Both
And
of you,
go.
this ain't the time.
What's the plan?
very nice to have both of you to your usual selves. So, we're going back in the hedge.
Oh,
What
fun.
do you mean?
Jack
We're
Which
gonna go
part?
see this.
had a very good
Twigs.
idea. We need to know something about the huntsman and how to deal with him.
Okay.
Persimmon might have had something, but Persimmon is, well,
Indisposed.
thank you. So,
Okay.
the hedge witch helped us with the dreams with perfect.
Sure.
So if we bring her
Looking grass.
looking grass, which I think we have,
We have not gathered it, but grocery store a
Well,
few minutes
You also know that it grows
around
in
there.
places like where the world of the mortal and fairy collides. So you're kind of going at a place like that.
so looking grass, Galley, and Ansys. How's that sound?
I need to eat before we go. And what are we doing with Liam and Haru?
Well, I'm sure Haru knows a place or two for them
And
to hide.
Amelia, actually.
Well, Amelia's
So,
fine.
Lo siento, hermosa, but you don't look well.
She's fine.
The doctor said she was fine.
I can move. I'm fine.
As long as she doesn't touch her grammar, she should be fine. She's able to walk.
Then we should feed.
Yes, I would need a bit of a pick me up.
Well, pick up some Dunkin on the way, and
Liam's just in a corner and didn't say a word. And maybe I can look over Haru at the hospital and maybe we can hide together.
yeah.
I don't like thinking of the both of you alone.
Well, maybe we can find somewhere with other people. But clearly Haru knows the place better than I do, so.
Jack is still around.
No, he left.
No offense, but he has also
mean-
sold us out.
Like, it's been 2 minutes. You could run down and catch him before he reaches his car if you really wanted.
I'll ask Jack take in Haru and Liam. Liam hasn't pledged to a court, and well, Haru practically doesn't have one anymore.
Well, neither. Well, none of us do.
So
To
first
be
of all,
precise.
stop with this. Stop it with the semantics. Stop it. So yeah,
yes.
having them safe somewhere I don't know would be perfect. Keeping the safety protocol of isolating ports.
Good thinking. Well, I'll see to their safety
Perfect.
and maybe that of more.
Thank you.
along the way. I'll be waiting for them at the car.
So I relay the information.
Very well. It seems that we have
Well,
the way forward.
Liam, you be careful. You don't talk to strangers. You know the yada yada.
we're already
Dear
tossing him
Lord.
in the eye of strangers.
Let's hurry then, so we can come back and fix all this. I was thinking the chapel to go eat.
Why the
Since people
chapel?
pray, pray and cry a lot in the churches, in the chapel and the hospital normally.
I mean, there should be a terminal.
Ward.
What?
A hospital is a good place. They have emotions, both good and bad. There are people afraid of dying, people angry at the injustice. There are people happy that their loved ones are safe.
I'll
So
be
there's
to the
a lot.
child care ward. Births. Meet up and
There's a cancer area, right?
There's anything that you might need in a hospital.
we-
I want-
Like a Capri Sun.
I want the place where people get their diagnosis and they get angry because
You mean the doctor's office?
well, there's an area more specifically for terminal illnesses, I believe.
Yeah,
Anyways.
you could.
Don't mind me, I'm
Well-
the new intern. Please tell
Hi.
her how she
No,
will
but
die.
I mean, they would understandably still be angry when they, leave the office.
So I'll roam around that place.
It's not as vivid, like, as
on the
you know,
spot.
you want to have as many bonuses on your check, but you're still gonna be allowed to do it.
I'm gonna go in the waiting room where everyone is very angry that they've been there for
Wait.
3 hours.
I'm actually gonna go in the final hours, like the terminally ill section.
I'm gonna go at the morgue.
There's no emotions there.
No, I'm
Yeah, there's no
kidding.
more
I'm
emotion.
gonna go in the also where the people die, and I'm gonna go to a room where someone just died.
So, roll something that relates to your action. It is very often like with empathy,
With
because
sympathy, yeah.
especially if you are just there and witnessing rather than generating that emotion.
Yeah.
So
That'll be
if
it.
you have something else, or you can say if you have another idea of check, but with sympathy is
Can I? Oh, well, it doesn't change my check. It's still
Can I
this
make
one.
someone even
Yeah.
angrier by feeding it? This sort of like, you're right, that's unfair. Like, you've been through hell and now it's this and it gets worse. And
Yeah.
just,
and you
But
could
would it-
roll that with manipulation, persuasion.
I
okay,
got
that's
one.
good. We need
What?
more than that.
Get one.
That's two.
Glamour. So you get as many glamour as you get successes. You would have
And we'll
more.
roll more
if it
than
was-
once.
You would get more glamour if it was the emotion tied to your court, but oops.
Anger.
No,
Well, I
but
don't
there's
really
no
have-
court.
Time to go and fuck right now.
I
There's
don't
no
really
more
have successes.
Fuck!
So
You do not have the mental.
What's the emotion
Ooh.
of remotely?
There's none. That's not what it serves.
I'll be right
angst.
back.
Probably. Dramangst.
Dramangst. One
That
dose
is
of
a
Dramangst.
very specific
please.
emotion.
I'll go back to the bathroom.
Well, let's go on to a break, everyone.
Do we do a bathroom break for everybody?
Yeah, I
I'll
think
be right
I'll
back.
I'll need
Do a
to go.
little.
And we are back.
All right.
So you were finishing feeding on various emotion at the hospital,
Or failing at it.
or failing at it thereof, if you're chapeau.
You failed?
Yes.
Oh.
I had 3 dice.
I had 3 dice.
You
I
guys
had
are
4
bad
and
at
I got
surviving.
2 successes, guys.
Y'all
Go-
made choices.
Yeah, well.
I
Are
had
you-
0 empathy.
are
I
you at
just
all-
have wit.
Are you at
Like,
all
I have
surprised?
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
No, am I surprised? No. But
Disappointed?
Am I
Yes.
disappointed? Yes.
Well, not as disappointed as I am.
Let's go.
Sure.
So you
You're
leave
indeed.
the hospital. Liam and Haru will soon be rejoining with Jack to leave the hospital, but there's a little bit of paperwork and all. And you take the road directly to the woods, or got more things to do?
1 or 2 cars.
I think 2 should be the best plan.
Okay. Do you have everything for the edge? Is anyone hungry? Padre gave me some leftovers. Alright,
Good.
then I guess we're ready.
Amelia's gonna reach for them in silence, like, I want soup.
Let's head out. I probably hear some. So we get into the cars. I will remind you that I have a cop car. So I probably hear some shit on the radio.
I'm guessing
It's-
you're with Amelia in the car. And the 3 of us are in the other one.
Sure.
Road
that
trip
works.
with my bro.
So you
If only
You
so
do
What's up,
someone.
hear-
bro, Seth?
If only so everyone is seated comfortably and no one is on the, well,
Shebang.
prison seat in the back of the cop car.
So you do hear, reports of a body being found, cause of death, falling from a building, and anyway, an undergoing investigation at the Barley Quarry. Though, they don't say a lot of details, just something at that address, body
Yeah.
found. That's pretty much it.
Well, I don't reply to any calls. We have a goal and we go.
You drive on the highway leaving Boston to that little corner of the forest that leads you to the hedge, close to Dali's house. Go with that. You stop the car on the side of the road. Maybe try to go even a little further away than the side of the road so that, no one tows your car or something. So almost in the forest you go. You all get out of both your cars and head in the forest. On the way you can see the little fiddlehead, the looking grass. You, I guess, pick them up as you make your way, and there are more and more. And in front of you is a very normal forest. But when you lift up the looking glass and you look through it, you see the fog that you know of the hedge and the flowers. And slowly that vision that you can only have through the looking grass becomes what is truly around you. And the lanterns are lit, pushing away the fog, making you a little path through the flowers and the fog. And you follow it to that half-broken ship on the ground with a door and little puffs of smoke coming from the chimney. And I'm gonna take a big guess and say you go at the door and knock. Would you dare?
Police!
Yes, enter.
Serena's gonna open the door and walk in.
Oh, it's you. You did not forget about old
We did not.
Davy.
Here you go. I hope there's enough of it.
Oh, that is plenty enough. Thank you very much. What brings you here? Well, apart
Well-
from the looking grass that I very much appreciate.
Well, we hoped that you could tell us something about a sort of fellow called the Hunter. Huntsman.
Huntsman. Is it for something in particular?
Well, you
Fighting
see,
them.
we
One is in Boston. One is in Boston.
It's rather problematic.
Let cook supper first.
Sure.
Nick looks aggravated when, well, not aggravated, but angered when she puts supper before this.
Lo siento, Miss Daly, pero we don't have much time.
Well, you did come here to get something, and in return, we're going to have supper together. Is it not fair? Plus, it will be rather fun.
Well, it certainly would be rude to refuse.
All right, how can we help you prepare this?
Oh well, maybe you could clean the looking grass, and you would need to peel the potato, little Phileas. And
Fine.
she puts you all to work for the supper preparation.
Does she intend for us to stay unfilled actual supper time? It's like early afternoon, I believe.
You ask that to her or to like?
It's
one of
early
y'all?
afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask to whoever is next to me cutting stuff.
It's Amelia.
What?
Are we really gonna have to wait until supper?
I don't know. That seems like a lot of time, but do we really have a choice?
I guess.
You know, for For a while, I just. Sorry, it's not the time.
We have time. What's on your mind, Hermosa?
I just thought for a while that maybe Jessie was okay. No matter what people said or did, I just thought she would be fine, you know?
Tu hermana?
Yeah. And then I killed and fetch. And it just became real, you know? I really did lose my family, didn't I?
That's for you to tell me. It depends who you want to see as your family now. Your
You know what
hermanita.
I mean, Serena. You know what I mean.
Well, your hermanita might be gone. But I believe you have an hermano as well. And parents.
Serena, you know they won't see me
But they're alive.
as myself. They won't let me into their home ever again, you know that.
But they're alive. And they're well.
Is it better though?
Would you rather them gone?
I guess I'd rather have them all out of reach instead of just... Their eyes can't look at me like a monster, you know. And I've been a monster long enough to went out, I guess.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help but listen. I didn't mean to.
You may join in if you want, Miss Dally.
But us goblins are very well aware that everything has a price. And, young lady, I can see it is bare to my eyes that you have paid a lot. And again, and again. But do think about, what did you get? What did you find along the way that can, if not replace what you once had, ease the pain of what you have lost?
Serena's gonna put her head on your shoulder.
And I'm gonna lean on you a bit too.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
pick it up from there.
No need
And-
to get all like whatever.
And as you just have this little moment, the utensils you were using just start moving on their own, cutting and peeling and or washing the vegetables. You were
Oh.
doing.
That is... Okay.
And do anyone wants to do a scene there, a little Struster moment, or we can move on? We'll move on. It just that scene was cute, so I was thinking maybe someone else would. So eventually the food is ready. It's not exactly supper time. It did take a while, but it's like 3. Because you cooked all of that and all. But still, Dally is very ready to eat. And you set the table for her, the utensils, and you sit down to eat. So maybe we can talk about your little... No, actually, let's enjoy this moment as fleeting as it is. And you eat, and almost as if it was an enchantment for that brief moment. The weight of the freehold doesn't hold you back, and you don't feel like you carry it on your shoulder for that 30-45 minutes that you eat there with her. And eventually you finish, and the fleeting moment of peace also comes and go as your responsibilities beckons. So, a huntsman, you say? I'm
Yes.
very sorry for you and all your friends. It's a very bothersome creature. Very unlucky as well for them. You see, huntsmen are not so different from you as you might initially think. They were taken from their homes much like you. Changed in terrible, terrible ways. They were taken. Their heart was ripped from their chest to be replaced by the title of fairy. And unfortunately, unless you would have the huntsman heart, you would not be able to defeat it.
What did the Fae do with those hearts?
They hide them.
So they
Never
can be found.
well, but never easy to find.
But it can be found.
They are
Oh,
always right at the most ironic place. But to know where a place would be ironic to put, you would need to know more about the huntsmen in question.
So we need to find out who they were.
and you say that it's just a human that would have been taken by a fae, much like your changeling is.
Much like you, to an even more terrible fate. Stripped of their will in such a way.
Alright, so we need to get to know that huntsman.
And do you have any information about that specific that specific huntsman?
Well, I don't. I never saw him or her.
Well, maybe that could help. Who knows? I show the sketch.
I did see him on occasion in the hedge, but I can't say that I know him.
Has he passed around your house?
Not often.
But
Not often.
if we were to rewind the time on the window, perhaps we could see him.
We would see him, but I doubt we'd learn anything useful.
I don't know. His actual appearance more than from a sketch.
Would you know which fae he serves? Maybe that could help.
I never really had a good talk with him.
Is there any
Actually,
place?
I never talked with him, but he did. I use the trod not so far from here, very scarcely. Didn't see him much, but it dates way back.
Do you have any idea where he could be staying? If he passes in certain direction, maybe you know what.
Huntsman needs not stay anywhere.
But their fate does.
They can go there with just the blink of an eye.
I'm texting you something, Ralph.
Okay. You can say that. Everybody want to know.
We wanna know.
You want to know? Depends what
Okay,
it is
no.
about.
Non,
No.
non. Hein, quand même. Okay, no to my question, or no, I don't
No
see
to
it.
your question.
Okay, fine.
No, you don't find that.
Okay, cool.
So if you want to look at the windows, you can, but it's been
Time.
the last time I've seen this fellow. It's been a good 70, 80 years.
Yeah, I don't think I have that much clamor.
Okay. So, we need to learn more about him so we get to know who he was. So we get to find his heart in an ironic place. That sounds easy enough.
Do you have anything to go off of?
A drawing.
As far as I'm concerned, it could be anyone in the whole wide world. Because a drawing won't bring you anywhere if you don't know who to show it to.
We could
Maybe
start.
just trying to find a clearer image, see him more clearly, possibly.
Well,
And then.
unless you want to see him again and be taken away.
But if we had that image, perhaps Casey, you could look through your database. Maybe he's.
He was a huntsman at least 80 years ago.
Right. I have hopes, okay, Dali? I'm sorry. Alright, so he's been missing for more than 80 years. That makes it hard to begin. If he likes to dress like a cowboy, he's probably from the South. But then again. Well, he has to have been able to be there in the time the Americas were a thing, at the very least.
At
So
least.
So we have this window of whenever we started colonizing, and
Oh, that's
80
about-
years ago.
That's only 400 years. That's not so bad.
So
That's a
Great!
people.
for a cowboy, that'd be 100.
That narrows it down a bit. Okay.
Not by much, but that's all we have.
So we're looking for a man who was taken with between 80 and 150 years ago, who was probably from the South, and who matches this drawing. Good job, team.
Us.
Guess there's no goblin market in the near future, so nothing that could have maybe helped. Do they dream? Huntsman, that is.
They do not need sleep or eat.
I would have mentioned the finger, but it kind of ran out, so.
They are animated by the will of fairy, not their own.
Do they leave a trace?
Well, when they walk,
I see. Who knows? Maybe that glamour could leave marks where they go.
but their powers are as diverse as they are.
I
One could teleport, or
I need to have a closer look at them.
you
I
think you
just
have seen him?
I have not, but
If truly you could have known him, that would be both awful and save us.
I really, really hope that both you and I are wrong.
But if you don't know him, and he's from 100 years ago, it's gonna be hard to find anything about him.
I said, let's try to get a better look at him.
You need to be careful, though, since he took out most of the winter coat.
Yes, probably the five of you are
Not
hardly matched.
Do hunters normally... They probably kill, do they? Huntsmen.
Well, they didn't leave any bodies.
They
But if
could.
they
So I'm
left...
guessing he went away with them.
But if they left spirits around, maybe, I don't know.
They could
Things we can
kill, but they would probably be inclined to bring back their quarry.
Well, okay. So our best bet to have his face would be to go back to the bar and hope to see him in one of the reflections properly.
That would actually probably be the easiest way. Yes.
Because we're not going back to the church.
No, I rather think it's a horrible idea.
Okay. So that's the plan, to see his face. If that doesn't work, if you don't know him, then we'll figure something else for the freehold. And for the good of all.
Well, we can just. If you were a cowboy, what would be the ironic place to put your heart?
In
I
whatever
don't...
you're writing.
Could be that. Could be
See
your
it.
gun. Could be your boots, your hat.
Not very ironic, is it?
What do repeat that?
Which part?
Little Casey.
Hiding the heart in a gun or in a hat for a cowboy isn't very, very ironic.
Indeed, they would hide it in plain sight where it would be logical to look, but you wouldn't really think of doing it. Right under your nose.
Like, literally where it's supposed to be?
What do you mean?
His chest? That's what you mean?
It could be that. Could be. Maybe he has a necklace and he's carrying around a necklace with a heart and it's a heart shaped or
Oh,
something.
they cannot be close to their own heart. The closer they are to their heart, the weaker they become.
Oh.
So they eyed it right under the nose of the changeling, but not that of the huntsman. Also, the closer they are to their heart, the more human they become, as
We'll be
well
back
as
in a sec.
mortal.
So we just need to find who they are and then we'll at least have some kind of idea where it could be. We're really running blind on this. All I know is that they have a southern accent, and that doesn't mean much. I mean, I'm here, and so...
Well, then let's go back to the bar and then find a way to find his heart.
I'm not going back to the bar.
Hey Tony, can you tell me how? Can you fill me in on how Thaddeus is feeling? Like, are you trying to hide what you might know, or do you just do not connect any dots? Either way, it's fine.
He a bit of both. Like, I think he's connecting the dots, but kind of doesn't want to admit that it's like he doesn't want to admit that this is what it is. He connects some of the dots, but he's like, no, it's impossible. It's impossible. Of course, it's impossible. But as to where the heart would be, that no, I have. If it's him, where the heart would be, it's
No, that's okay. That's not what I thought you would.
yeah, but no, it's a bit like it's half of not connecting the dots, half of denying.
Do you want to actively hide that? Do you want others to do a check? Because I would believe that Thaddeus would be tense.
Yeah, he's absolutely tense right now. Yeah.
Do you want to roll manipulation? Subterfuge.
What is it again?
Or
Oh,
actually,
Manipsperfuge?
I would say composure subterfuge
What would it be against? With sympathy?
With sympathy.
with sympathy.
Okay. Who amongst you fuckers think that Thaddeus is desirable? Who amongst you? Raise your hand.
I'm a little bit too much gay for this, so, I'm out.
I don't think you being fuckable has us believe you anymore. However,
Yeah.
Honestly, it kind of does. If you're attracted to someone, you're very much more likely to.
look, after all this shit that we've been through, heck nah.
Well,
So Casey says heck nah. The rest.
Meanwhile, everyone else raises hands.
that's 3 successes on my part.
How many?
3.
The one.
Those with threes, you do notice like Thaddeus is unease. Are you okay, little Thaddeus? You
Yeah.
seem unwell.
I mean, we're being hunted by an immortal changeling killer. Yes, I am slightly at unease.
Fair.
Is it because it's a huntsman? Or is it because you can know him?
If there ever was a moment to talk, even talking folly, now would be the best of time.
It's simply not. It's not. It can't. He vaguely resembles a man I knew in London,
You.
and that is.
Do you know what happened to him?
I don't know. I was captured by the Fae.
Have you
You
looked
mean
for
the
him?
cowboy looks like someone you knew from London?
Yes.
Well, that'll match time period, I suppose.
I just. That's why I want to. I don't want to jump to assumptions. I don't want to draw anything. I just want to.
We have
It
Miss
could be
Deli
him.
to
It could
help
not
us.
be him. I just
We have Miss Sally to help if ever. That is the thing. She's right here, right now. So, have you looked into what happened to him?
I have not. But I thought that. Well, I have. There just wasn't any traces of him. But people in that time weren't very good at keeping track of anything, really.
Well, they do keep track of the dead.
Why were you looking for him?
Wouldn't you look for anyone who's not there anymore that you remember?
Because it's the only person that I have loved other than me. Okay? Because it's the only link that I have back to my old life. And if it is him causing all of that, you know how much time and energy you spent looking for Camilla? That would be a grain of sand compared to heaven and earth that I would move to find him back.
Then maybe, if that's really who you think it is, I think we'd better bring him back to his heart, then find a way to get rid of him.
If it was him, what would be ironic? What would his heart be?
She'd have hidden his heart with me.
Alright.
But be under our nose for sure.
Miss Dally, how do we know where the heart is? Once we're close to it.
Well, you just have to see the clues.
I think I know where the
Which
heart
are?
is.
I mean, she doesn't know. Stop. Why are you nagging her like that? Do you
We
think
gave it.
you think this poor lady knows everything?
We gave it away for Thaddeus's freedom.
The orb? Can't be smiling.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! If it's the freaking orb,
Was
I
the orb
don't
with
want
you?
to go see Muskaka again.
Why else did the chain? Why else did
Everyone look for it.
Why else did
Liam.
fetches want it? But to know where it is, show everything.
God fucking damn it. That would make so much sense. It's annoying.
I agree.
Alright.
How
Look
would
on-
his heart influence the dreams?
Look,
I hardly get it.
There's no influencing the dream.
Yes, that's what the orb did.
Hey, that is what
it
the orb
was
did.
a powerful item of fairy magic.
In that context, it was used regarding dreams. But I'm guessing there's other uses, and that would explain why Moscato liked it so much and why everyone wants it. And it was with you. If it
found it.
really is him, that person you love more than anyone else in the world.
Oh, that was oddly aggressive.
I need to
We
move.
have two options here. Either we try to face a man who's kidnapped the whole goddamn court, or we go see the goblin who dances, and we get the
When's the
orb
next-
back.
When's the next market?
When's the next market?
It's
week-
in
in a week.
10 days.
Yeah, something like
We
that.
do left on like the 21st.
2
so
weeks ish.
Alright. Can we find
Thaddeus
the
is,
market?
Thaddeus is gonna get up and go outside.
Can we find the market? Can we
We
find
won't
where
be
it
to
is
find it.
right now?
It'll find us.
Maybe.
We cannot wait 10 days.
Dilly. Anyways,
Dally.
Sally.
Dally. Is there a way to meet Moscato before that?
Well, you would need to find him somewhere in the hedge.
How?
The market must hang around somewhere where they're waiting.
I have a good nose. I could maybe try. He smells
Well-
like cheap coupons anyway, so.
Well, I have no way of knowing
Follow-
their usual route.
Follow the
But-
indie pop.
I can smell 30% off.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna die. So I don't know their usual route. If only there was a way to track them effectively.
Like Pathfinder.
That would be very useful.
Does it apply? Does that contract apply?
Yeah, it would.
Could you?
But it might.
Alright.
Wait.
What?
I'll go fetch a little something, no pun intended. Go get your friend. You looked shook.
At least some pun intended.
Maybe a little pun intended. She's gonna get up to go in the basement.
Serena's gonna look at you guys to see who's going.
I'm going.
I'm staying here. She's getting
wanna go.
something. Why would we follow
Gotta,
her?
gotta handle it
No,
I wanna-
sometimes.
Thaddeus.
I wanna go check on Thaddeus, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think Casey
I
was
was-
going.
I
You
was
can be
going.
more than one.
Casey
Yeah,
and Amelia
I-
are
I-
going.
I
You go. No, I'll let you guys go. Whereas if no one's going, I'm going for sure. But you guys can go.
yeah, I think we're all going like, we're gonna see Thaddeus. Oh no, you first. Casey said first. I'm gonna
If
let
there
Casey
is
go
if
and
there
stay
is
with
even the slightest amount of fighting, Casey is just going.
Yeah, Casey's going.
I'm just gonna give a stern look to Serena.
What?
Your voice.
What
You
the fuck?
snapped at him.
Of course
You know,
I did.
we've all been looking for someone all our lives, and you're mad for him doing the same.
Of course not.
No, I know we're all on edge. But snapping at each other like that, it's not the time. It's not the place. Now you tell him sorry afterwards. Young lady.
The only person. Only one.
He did say accept.
Himself.
He just said accept. You spring court. Jumping to conclusions.
It's summer.
You summer court. Jumping to conclusions.
Well,
Now
outside.
instead of that. Sorry.
Yeah, can I get some hot Casey on
I'm gonna let
Thaddeus
him go.
acting? So let's make these scenes quick-ish, just so we can finish for 11.
Thaddeus is just outside, sitting down, looking in the. Her house was near a lake, right?
No.
River? Wasn't it near a stream? Or did I?
No,
You're
there's a lot of
surrounded by
fish
mist.
implied, but it's never in water.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just sitting, looking outwards.
So who talks first?
I'll save you some time. I know that I am again on my bullshit drama, and I'll need some time to. And we don't have time for that. I'll do whatever is needed.
How I went through with Camilla's also. Doing what's needed. Doesn't stop it from sucking.
What are the chances, really? I mean, it can't be him. It can't. It just can't.
Up to now, every time we've asked what are the chances, we've been right or wrong, usually in the worst way. But if it is, I'm truly sorry. And I want there to be a good ending.
Yeah, well, good endings have never really been in the stars for me.
Well, again, look, if there's nothing in the past, just the past. It's either it's frozen or it's ashes. And I am speaking about my own experiences, but I ran after the past since I came out of Arcadia. Honestly, it kept me up at night. It created tensions, and at the end of the day, what I got in my hands was a glimpse into another tragedy, sorrow, and just, overall suck. Then we come out, Bulwark falls, probably because of my dumb head trying to get answers and justice.
I get that, Casey. I really do. But
Best story would have been your friend died as a human. Sad. But
that's not the only thing, Casey. I had put the past behind me. Heck, I went back to London this winter to do so. And I was able to. I was moving forward. I was actually moving forward. And here what I'm being told is that I misspoke when I'm inside. The only person who's ever loved me back is here. And not only that, but has had his heart ripped out, is killing what I kind of thought I could possibly call a family, is endeavoring to bring me back to a woman who's raped me, sold me like a pig to her friends. And now all of that, him having his heart out, is probably because he went looking for me. This whole thing, that is what I have to handle right now.
Yeah, I know. Ted, it sucks.
So I will be okay. I will do what's needed. I just need a fucking goddamn moment.
Casey's gonna pull out a flask from a pocket and hand it over to Thaddeus. Not gonna speak anymore, but he's just gonna be there.
And Thaddeus is gonna kind of take the flask, look at it for a moment, put it down. Sorry, I snapped. Through all of that, please be aware that I am very glad that you. And I am very glad for your kind words.
Move when you're ready. Take your time.
It's fine. I'm fine. And he's gonna stand up and go back inside. He will not have drunk from the flask.
You both go back inside. On the table, there's a small box that opens just a little bit like that. And there's a little lever. It's a music box, all right. So, this little box can help you travel faster in the hedge. So long as the music plays, every step you take will bring you acres forward.
However, someone who knows how the game is played.
if the music finishes, it will not play again.
Until
It will not play again. So it goes to the rhythm that you want. You need to spin it, but when the song is over, it no longer allows you to travel. I already used it a little bit, so part of the melody is already gone. But if he's not too far, maybe you can even make it to and from in not too long.
Very well then, let's get moving.
Do we have to touch a box for it to work on us?
You would need to at least touch the person holding it.
No chance anyone could carry us all, eh?
So that's another little limitation, but it shouldn't be too bad. Thank you for the nice supper. It was a good change of pace to have visitors.
well,
Muchas gracias.
good change of pace for it was a good change of pace for us too. But in a good
And
sense.
you were quite the delightful host.
I
What-
wish you the best of luck. You'll
What
need
do
it.
we owe you for the box?
Well, you did cook supper for me and bring me a little bit of sunlight and joy in this very lonesome forest. Think nothing of it. I'm no merchant, after all.
Thank you very much.
It's very kind of you.
I told you, Amelia. think of all that you had to pay and the things that you got in return. Sometimes it comes in various forms, and we do not always know. So take that as a little bit of a payment for all the pain that you have all been through.
Thanks, I'll remember it.
But we will.
I think you have a freehold to save.
We do.
Yes, ma'am.
But do come around next year for some more looking grass, though.
We'll try.
This
With
pans
pleasure.
out, it'll be. I think I'll make it a habit. Have saved us
Okay.
twice.
That would be a delight. Goodbye.
Boy,
Oh,
man.
Motley,
Hey, Captain.
let us go.
You leave the little house, the cabin, in a boat. Who holds the music box? Just so my narration.
I
Casey.
will. I have
Yeah, Casey
Pathfinder.
will.
I have Pathfinder, so
That is very legit.
Very legit.
Do you? Well, you cast it or something? Is it?
yeah.
You can use the glamour or not, depending if you have the loophole.
I am. Well, it will imply taking a lethal damage. I will skip on that one.
Fair enough. Spend that glamour.
It's one, I suppose. It's Pathfinder. The midnight
is
market of Mr. Mosscackle.
And you see the fog just like a little draft of wind that moves it. It doesn't show you all the way, but you see the wisp of fog just moved by the wind going in a direction. You all touch Casey. He cranks the little music box. And as the music plays, you take a step, and everything warps, just like you were in Star Wars entering warp seat. Everything just stretches, and then you do your first step, and you're surrounded by thorns, growing and brambles all around you. And another one. Again, everything stretches and become illegible, and then you're surrounded by snow. Snowy mountain top. And another step as the music plays. And you arrive in a forest with vines outgrowing everywhere, climbing on the trees. And a little bit forward, you can see tents and lights. And that will be it for today.
Whee!
And so,
Nice.
this has been episode 26 of the Chronicles of Twigs and Reckoning. Undying. Music has been
We started with I Will Survive by Likely.
Lickily.
We've had, now that this old world is ending, that played in Moments with the DS. And right now is playing La Valse des Monstres by Yann Tiersen.
Oh, nice. That's it. Il me semblait que ça avait un petit sentiment à l'air de playing.
The live version, so.
It's for us, of course.
I'm cheering for a guest.
That's good.
And as such, we will see you, well, next time, whenever we broadcast. supposing
Whenever.
that-
Well, that
Wherever.
would be next week for the last
Where
time.
we'll be together.
Normally.
Next week
And,
is still online.
Yeah. So next week for the last time.
And as such, in the meantime, take care. Wash your hands.
Get vaccinated.
Get your shot. And good night.